Niche Farmers is proudly brought to you by Lawfeld Agrochem, together cultivating your success.
Your timing couldn't be any better. You've tuned in for the greatest agri-show on the planet. Hi, I'm Wilson Pinkosi.
And I'm Roseanne McKenzie. Welcome to Niche Farmers.
In this episode of Niche Farmers,
we meet Loyiso Manga from Ubuntu EVOO in the Cape, South Africa's first black-owned company that produces extra virgin olive oil.
Then we travel to Breds in the Northwest, where commercial farmer Olga Matsidiso specializes in horticulture.
Our studio guest is Duncan Masiwa from Food For Mzansi, and Wendy Malachi from AgroServe drops by.
Thank you for joining us. Roseanne, I thought we should start this show with an important announcement, and that is we've decided to dedicate this episode of Niche Farmers to our very, very special guests.
The VVIPs who fly the Niche Farmers flag highest and keep the movement stronger than ever.
That's right. We dedicate this episode to you, our dedicated viewers and social media followers. Because of you, the Niche Farmers fans across Africa, this is so much more than just a TV show.
Yes, Wilson, it's absolutely unreal how much love we've been getting for Niche Farmers. Have a listen to some of these messages from our social media fans. One of our top Facebook fans, Pitsi Senosha, writes, "I love the show. I watch it on TV, and then on top of that, the WhatsApp raps. That's an addiction." Pitsi, thank you.
Ah, beautiful. I mean, listen to what Tanya Jackson has to say. "I look forward to watching every week with my family. We simply love Niche Farmers. Very informative, and we are learning so much every week."
And Nelly Machaba writes, "Thank you for being an inspiration. I've learned a lot from your show and still learning."
One more, Nadira van Veek shares as follows. "I actually came across the show today, and I must say thank you for looking at Niche Farmers. I'm a high school teacher, and this is another career path eye-opener. Thank you."
Thank you all for the thousands of thank you messages, tons of questions and comments, endless words of appreciation and support from all over South Africa, Tanzania, Nigeria, and all across our beautiful continent.
We don't take a single comment for granted. We hear your collective voice, we feel your love, and we celebrate you all today.
If you're not already part of the buzz, be sure to follow us on social media and become part of the Niche Farmers movement.
Absolutely. And friends, remember, if you'd like to watch some of the episodes again, or even share them with friends, here's how to get our reps.
Niche Farmers is on every week. Same time, same place. But if a weekly dose of Niche Farmers is just not enough, or you maybe want to watch an episode again, even share the episode with friends and family, you can. SMS FARM to 32210 and we'll send you a return SMS in no time. Click on the link we're sending you to open the info wrap. Then simply complete the form and submit.
SMS FARM to 32210 and get our weekly wrap articles with all the episodes. Then you have them for when you need them.
Most certainly. You'll also find information about DStv there, which may be a game changer for anyone who's stuck in the debt trap and always seems to be owing more than they earn.
With over 12 years of proven success, DebtSafe has helped over 50,000 South Africans find their financial footing again.
Get an obligation-free assessment. Get a consolidated and restructured payment plan. Get payments reduced and legal protection.
No repossessions, no creditor problems, no stress, no mess, no fuss. And when you're done, no more bad credit record.
Take control of your debt. Visit debtsafe.co.za today. That's debtsafe.co.za.
Right, now we're off to the beautiful Cape where we speak to Loyiso Manga from Ubuntu EVOO, South Africa's first black-owned company that produces extra virgin olive oil.
So we launched the company in 2019 December, but 2-3 years before that, we'd always wanted to buy the farm, a specific farm, but that didn't work out pretty well. And we still believed in the dream of the brand and what it meant in promoting a health-conscious society. think the nice thing was that we had a beautiful brand, and its name was Ubuntu. It was the first black-owned brand. So during that time, there was a lot of, Black Lives Matter. We had just won the World Cup. So there was a great euphoria around South African proudly based brands, and I think we just came in at a good time. We're selling a premium product, and people are living healthy. So previously to us getting our olive oil here, we had sourced it from a smaller supplier, and because we were now into retail stores and all of those beautiful things, we needed to assure, Woolworths that we could do the volumes, and the guys at Mardo were happy to partner with us. They've won gold since, they started. They'd won double gold this year in the World New York Olive Oil Competition, and we pride ourselves to being part of such a winning mentality and a premium product. So it's always been a dream of mine since I started to be part of a retail store which spoke about quality, which spoke about, it had a good reputation. That's where you want to be. You want to associate yourself with the best. And I think, with our brand and what we're trying to establish and trying to inspire other people, it was always a desire of ours. And Woolworths has been great in supporting that and, putting us into good programs. And so we've been working well with them, and they appreciate once again the blend that we are supplying to them. A lot of people, when we associate yourself with Woolworths, they assume the fact that it denotes quality. It's been vetted, it has been checked. So by the fact that it's on those shelves already, people trust, because they trust Woolworths. They know that Woolworths won't put some mediocre olive oil there and a brand there. So to us, that's what it means to be associated with top-notch quality.
Where there's a will, there's a way. Congratulations to all involved at Ubuntu EVOO.
Very true that, Roseanne. And speaking of important and special people, we have one right here, Wendy Malachi from AgroServe. Welcome, Wendy.
Hello, Wilson. Hello, Roseanne. Thank you for having me back.
So, as Wendy, what is the next step for my vegetable garden?
The next step for your veggie garden is I'm now going to tell you what happens when the seed that we planted has germinated and the plants are actively growing. Now, if you remember, we previously applied the Wonder Veggie Garden, which kickstart the nutrition in your garden. Now, for the next phase, the first application you're going to do is with the Wonder Soil All-Purpose. What the Wonder Soil All-Purpose is, it's a organic plant stimulator, and it's got great benefits. First of all, it will activate the microorganisms in your garden and condition your soil. It will improve the uptake of the nutrients. It will also help your plants when they're under stress. So it'll basically help them recover faster from trauma. And lastly, it will give you great yield.
Since Wendy, I see there are two more products. Let's discuss the second one.
Okay, so the second one is the Wonder Kelp. That is a seaweed concentrate. It's also a plant growth stimulator. And this one is wonderful for when you have flowering plants because it increases the number of flowers that you have as well as the shoots and the roots. It also increases your nutrient uptake. Another added benefit of the product is that you can apply it before and after stress.
And what about the third product?
So the third product is our Wonder Water Wise Crystals. So what that is, it's a water polymer. It basically helps the soil retain moisture or water. It's water holding capacity, basically. And that helps you save water. So that means you also irrigate less. Now, it's wonderful because then you have the water where you need it the most, around the root zone.
You're stuck with me, Wendy.
That's great.
And thank you very much for dropping by, and the very best to you. Until the next time when you update our viewers on the progress in my veggie garden.
Thank you, guys.
Please stay tuned. We'll be right back.
After the break.
Meet award-winning farmer Olga Machidiso Nkwana, who employs horticulture practices to produce grains and vegetables.
Plus, Duncan Masiwa from Food For Mzansi also joins us in the studio.
Niche Farmers is proudly brought to you by Laufeld Agrochem. Niche Farmers is proudly brought to you by Laufeld Agrochem.
Welcome back. It is now our pleasure and privilege to welcome Duncan Masiwa from Food For Mzansi.
Welcome, Duncan. Duncan, for our viewers' benefit, can you tell us more about the Food For Mzansi publication?
Yeah, thank you so much, Roseanne and Wilson, for having us here. We call ourselves the new agricultural kids on the block from a agricultural publication perspective. We're turning 4 in November this year, so that's exciting. And, our mission at Food For Mzansi has always been to celebrate the unsung heroes of agriculture. Apart from that, we've also been trying to introduce ordinary South Africans to the various career opportunities. So that's some of the stuff that we do. But, apart from telling stories as well, we also get to host farming events every now and then, farming clinics where, new aspiring farmers get to really connect with seasoned farmers in the industry to learn more about a specific trade. Farmers are warm-hearted people, and they've been amazing in terms of welcoming us into the space.
Very exciting, Duncan. Now, tell us about how you see the future of agriculture in South Africa.
At Food For Mzansi, we call them the new faces of South African agriculture. And these are young farmers from various corners of the country that are either slowly commercializing or they're already operating on a commercial scale. These young farmers are starting to collaborate and form partnerships with each other. And that's been quite exciting to see within the agricultural space. A second point in terms of where we are going as an agricultural sector is technology. And for a long time, I think farmers were sort of running away from it, saying, no, we're not ready, it's too expensive. But I think farmers are starting to realize that in order for them to really maximize their yields and ensure that they have a sustainable business, they have to embrace technology.
Sustainability is actually a point that you brought up quite a lot now in your answering of this question. And that's what I think people don't realize, is that agriculture at its core is about food security and about the production of food. So how are we going to sustain food production in South Africa?
If we look at the food that is produced in the country, it's farmers that's producing it. So the country needs farmers to ensure that we sustain food production in the country. But the sector is over-regulated, Roseanne. If we look at policies that are in place, they only really serve as barriers to entries for a lot of new farmers that are trying to get into the space. In order for farmers to produce, we need to make sure that the conditions in which they farm in is actually conducive to ensure that they, number one, maximize yields, and of course that in turn benefits the country in terms of food security and making sure that we actually have food to provide for that 64 million people that is expected in 2025.
Duncan, let's talk about land restitution. What does it mean for agriculture in South Africa?
I think what we know and what experts are telling is that, land restitution empowers communities. When people have access to land, they thrive. When people have access to land, they do well. They do well in their businesses. They do well in their communities. But access to land, unfortunately, we know is not enough. Along with access to land, we need to look at skills transfer. We need to look at access to finance. We need to look at access to markets, good governance. These are all important elements that really play an important role in ensuring that new farmers or people that are entering the space actually get to perform well in their fields of the sector.
Duncan, thank you so much for your insights. And it's so just heartwarming to see young people making agriculture cool. So thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having us.
Right, now we're going to visit a special farm where an award-winning farmer puts Bayer's products to good use to optimize results. Meet farmer Olga Matsidiso Nkwana, who employs horticulture practices to produce grains and vegetables.
Normally people, they ask me, how did I start? And I don't know how did I start, you know? It just started. 2011, Agriculture and Land Reform, they called and say, there is a farm in Brits. Can you please guys come and check it if you are interested or not? Then we came. There was nothing here. The structure was not there. It was only 2 dilapidated houses. Then, because you've got passion of what you want, then you say, man, let's see, we'll see where we go with this one. Between 2012 and 2013, that was planning. And fortunately, our commercial neighbors, they were very helpful in terms of advices. They came, they advised. We said we want to do vegetables. They said, no, there's no way. Vegetables. I mean, you've got 44 hectares of land. Why don't you start with grains? Now, here comes a problem. We don't have money for production inputs. There's no money. Then came one commercial farmer says, but you do have irrigation. It's beautiful. It's there standing like an aeroplane. Let's sign a contract with you for 2 seasons. Then we signed, he planted. Then our first production, 2014, we started planting. No, December. 31st of December, I remember, maybe by then Sarah was saying, happy, I was here planting. Then me, myself, and Tebucho, we were there with someone who was planting for us because by then we didn't have a planter, so we had to go and hire. So the old man planted for us on that day, then we started irrigating after that. In 3 days, 4 days time, we saw the emerging. That was the most exciting part of agriculture. You know, you see them, they're emerging, they're there. You know, that was a great achievement in that time. Then it went on like that. It was soya. We planted soya bean. May, we harvested. That soya bean, I will never forget it because it was beautiful. We even won the prize of FIA. FIA is a Female Entrepreneur Award. We won the prize of FIA with that soya bean. So basically, that's how we started up to now, starting with 10 hectares. Now we are on 30 hectares. And we have just introduced vegetables. It's 2 years. Our summer crop, it's soya bean, it's a dry bean. And then maize also, it's summer, just after it's planted after winter, immediately. And then we have the winter crop, which is barley, the one that we have planted, that we're supplying Henneken. And then wheat. I sell my produce to Afgri, which is a soya, wheat, and maize. And then another company that I sell, it's a Skuban Boerdery. They are in Delmas. I normally sell my white bean sparkle to them. And with vegetables, it's Tshwane market and the local market, of course, that we are selling to. Bayer is helping us regarding the soil test, how to use chemicals, and they're also giving us workshops. So it goes with passion that I want this. Then you will get it. And hard work, passion, time. Because agriculture is time, we sacrifice other things. The future of the farm, I see myself being commercial to start with. Exporting. Mentoring more students from universities, from colleges that are doing agriculture.
Niche Farmers is proudly brought to you by Laufeld Agrochem. Niche Farmers is proudly brought to you by Laufeld Agrochem.
Welcome back. It's now our privilege to welcome Olga Matsidiso Nkwana to Niche Farmers. Olga, looking at that insert of your farm, it must make you so proud.
Yes, it does make me proud, because by looking at it, I realized something that was not in me. I realized that I'm a commercial farmer, starting from today. I'm no longer a smallholder.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, I'd like us to talk about the importance of having the right products and the right partners like Bayer for your career and for your business.
It's very important, Mr. Nkosi, to have those type of partners. And they came with their expertise, because they've been in this industry for a very long time. So we need those type of partnership, because they advise us in terms of chemicals. You don't just, make as you please.
Yeah. What words of encouragement shortly do you have for other farmers who are emerging and would like to make a success in agriculture?
I must say to the young ones that this is the way. Farming. Agriculture is the way. Let them just go to agriculture, because it's evolving even every day, and they come with innovations and all that, because they are the young ones. So they are going to do much better than us, That's all that I can say to them. Time, passion, consistency. Then they'll...
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, Wilson.
Right, folks, that brings us to a very important part of today's show, competition time.
The third prize, valued at over 10,000 Rand, gives you a double bed with mattress protector and a set of pillows, plus Laufeld seed packs. That's treated seeds and fertilizer, enough to produce vegetables for a family of 8 for an entire year. The second prize includes a queen-sized bed set, mattress protector and set of pillows, plus the Laufeld seed packs, all valued at over 15,000 Rand. And finally, the first prize. The lucky overall winner gets a king-size bed set, mattress protector, headboard and set of pillows. The Laufeld seed packs plus 50,000 Rand in cash.
Before we say goodbye, here's a quick reminder of AgriSkill's upcoming one-day short course on the basics of veggie production. Laufeld Agrochem is subsidizing the course down from 900 Rand per learner to only 500 Rand, which includes lunch and your starter pack.
And don't worry if you missed any of the information. It's all available on our apps, for which you simply have to SMS FARM to 32210.
Thank you to our special guest, Duncan Masiwa from Food For Mzansi, as well as our featured farmers. Without them, well, let's not even go there. Celebrate them, and if you can, become one of them.
Till next week, friends, goodbye. And please go like our Facebook page if you haven't already done so.
Yes, let's build the movement together, the Niche Farmers movement. Take care.
Take my hand, stand tall on my shoulders, I'll shine a light for you to see. Together we ride, together.
Niche Farmers is proudly brought to you by Laufeld Agrochem. Together cultivating your success.